Just a nice, crisp walk through the woods. Helps you remember what's important. Just observing all the creatures, large and small. Watching your step, but then not watching. Just getting lost in all of it. Breathing in the fresh air. Inhale, exhale. And treading over the different grades because you really don't know what to expect, but that's the fun of it. Not knowing what to expect. Looking back and seeing how far you've come. And then no wonder. Being with the one you love. Helping him to carry on. Him helping you carry on. Putting everything into perspective. Nothing like it. Taking in the scenery. Ooh, it's exhilarating. It's peaceful. I'm so thankful. We're all thankful for our homes, no matter how small. Should be heading back. I'm coming. I'll keep up. It's just so beautiful, the colors of nature and the sounds of nature. What a beautiful planet. But alas, it's good to get home. Nice kitchen to start cooking. Beautiful meal. So here's the ingredients that we'll need. If you use Irish potatoes or baking potatoes, you can go ahead and bake them. If you're going to boil the potatoes, make sure you use red or yellow potatoes because they'll stay firm as you're cooking them. We have our seasoning, and of course those are your choices. You're going to have ground beef, ground turkey. You can even stuff them with vegetables or cheese. You're going to need the egg as a coating, panko dressing, oil. Right there, that is cornstarch. You're going to dip that combination, the egg, the panko, and the cornstarch in your recipe. It's optional to use cheese. Salsa gives it a good flavor, texture. It kind of substitutes the onions and tomatoes. I prefer fresh, but frozen will do. Sometimes it's a lot easier for the RVers, and there's that secret ingredients. We're also going to use cilantro to give it that great umami flavor. As we ground our ground beef, we're going to add all of those ingredients in together, except for the dipping ingredients, of course. So I chop. Even when you get the frozen kinds, sometimes they're a bit too long. I also added some garlic, about a clove, because I wasn't planning on making too much. By the way, this is going to be a Papa Relleno. They're also called Relleno de Papa, depending on where you live. Stuffed potato. For my British friends, it's something like a shepherd's pie, only it's fried. It's put in a ball and fried. We ground our beef. Strain out all that fat very carefully. You notice I like to use an iron skillet. I just love my iron skillets. As I cook for you some more, you're going to see me cooking outside quite often. It's one of my favorite things to do. Also quite a workout lifting up those pots and pans. So after I strain off the beef, then in goes the vegetables, onion, pepper, garlic. And my husband is Puerto Rican, in case you did not guess. So there's no getting around it. I've tried to get around it. I've tried to use other things for coloring that are more natural, but he's just been raised with the sazon Goya. And I got to admit, it does make everything bright and brings out the flavor of what we're cooking. So I'm going to sniff. I'm not going to sniff it. I'm going to snip. I have shears, kitchen shears, scissors that are exclusively used for cutting food. And so I'm going to go ahead. I rinsed out some of that cilantro. There it is. And this is much easier for me than just, using a cutting board. And just cut it right into the dish. Very good. My daughter-in-law actually showed me she keeps the stems in just plain water. I had brought a fancy contraption to keep the cilantro fresh, but she just puts it in the water like a vase. You see, I added just a little bit of olive oil because I strained off a lot of that fat. I like the good kind of fat that goes back in there. And here we go with the tomatoes. Just really chopped tomatoes, peppers, onions, salsa. And please don't tell anybody. Shh, come on. I think a lot of us have that ketchup as a secret ingredient, don't we? So go ahead and give that a turn. I don't have any fancy camera equipment yet, y'all, so bear with me as I try to demonstrate cooking without burning myself or making a huge mess. But as you see, I'm going to blend those colors in together. So all of it has to get mixed up and uniform right there in the pan. Stirring, stirring. And I want to tell you, it really does smell. I think in a second I'm going to just waft that right up in there. Again, you don't want any large chunks. You want everything proportionate. And that's why sometimes a spatula actually works better for me for stirring. There we go. You guys taste, taste, taste. You are the cooks. You are the chefs. You're cooking for friends and family. So you want to taste what you are preparing and make sure it's up to par. All right. Now that that's cooked, it's going to cool down, okay? While it's cooling down, I will show you what we're going to do next. We're going to get our potato and we're going to slice it down. We're going to peel it a little bit. Not into the dish, of course. I'm taking the peel off and disposing of it. And then you're going to see, once we do that, naturally we're going to start mashing. Peel and mash. Peel and mash.